All right. Does Kraken actually know the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto? All right, there's a new article that's out. It's out actually in February, about 2 months ago. But I want to report on it now. And it talks about a breakdown of a Coinbase executive. Now, Coinbase being a publicly traded company, they got a lot on the line. Shareholders, they're not supposed to lie to. They're reporting that Kraken, who purchased a Canadian exchange, they have access to original Satoshi transactions from 2014. All right. Let me break it down. This is rather compelling. So, reported here on Decrypt, recently discovered an on-chain evidence to suggest that Satoshi's legal name might be known to a crypto exchange, Kraken. So, the Connor Grogan, he's a head of product business operations at Coinbase. He said this week that he discovered a number of on-chain transactions linked to the Satoshi-controlled wallet interacted with CaVirtex, a now defunct centralized Bitcoin exchange in Canada. Now, what's unique here is that this exchange, so he's got 24 documented outbound sends from these addresses, the most popular addresses, BTC from CaVirtex. Now, what's unique here is that this exchange is known for, according to the reports here that I'm reading, it's known for actually being one of the most KYC required exchanges. So it says it's unclear if they actually, it's unclear 100% if they actually operated know your customer. But for the most part, they're saying that a Kraken representative did not respond immediately to Decrypt, but it does appear, however, that as early as 2013, when Coinbase's Grogan says Satoshi received Bitcoin from CaVirtex, the Canadian exchange, was already making a point to enforce KYC for all customers. Back then, when crypto was still incredibly young and fringe sector, several Bitcoin exchanges skirted such requirements, but apparently not CaVirtex. Apparently, they were very strict on it, reports go. So, popular online Bitcoin forums describe exchanges as one that enforced stricter KYC requirements. So, only in June 2014, about 6 months after Satoshi reportedly interacted with CaVirtex, was Canadian law amended. So, now, it's this thread on X, Satoshi went through it. I went through Satoshi Nakamoto's wallets threads of finding that these previously reported, including these, etc. So he posted a bunch of wallets that are known to be Satoshi wallets. Now, that's where I'm a little confused because, you got all these wallets in Kleiman, right? There's like 100,000 wallet addresses in Kleiman, the bonded courier that showed up. Those are known Satoshi wallets. Now, these are maybe more narrowly focused because these guys at Kraken and Coinbase, remember that they were part of the onslaught of COPA. So they're on the camp of saying, and it's funny here, you'll read this thread, going down to the bottom, Kraken responds to one of these things and they say, everybody is Satoshi. Hold on. Here's what it says. Here we go. I went through the Satoshi wallets, right? The exchange has so far exchanged with Grogan's claims about Satoshi somewhat cheeky. When Grogan posted his findings about the Bitcoin creator, Kraken's X account responded, "We're all Satoshi." Now, that's a meme because that's not true. They believe that everyone is Satoshi except for one guy, And it's so funny. We live in a world of opposites. San Francisco out here is a freaking world of opposites and world of lies. Come on. If you're watching my channel right now, you know that we've been living in a world of lies. All right. So I'm preaching to the choir here. Since we've been born, we've been lied to about history, about freaking, the list goes on, but so much, just not lies. So we know we're all Satoshi, but one guy. I hope that you realize that we're in a world of lies, as you know. So if that one guy isn't, but everybody else is, we're in a world of opposites here, right? Always point the finger around when they're saying one guy is not Satoshi. Now, so this is the findings here by this article. I think I'm reporting on it because it's like, these guys are totally boomer well, I mean, they're crypto, right? But they're like on the boomer side of crypto. They're on the financial side, Coinbase and Kraken, and they're in the financial trading side, so they're not in actual development. But and to see these guys report on it and kind of like call Kraken out as though Kraken actually has the KYC of this old exchange, and they could report it if they wanted to, but they're not. Okay, not popular. So hey, we've got the KYC of Satoshi Nakamoto. Everybody, would everybody like to find out who it is? I think they would, right? Wouldn't you? It would be kind of a big story, but oh no, they don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So, but yeah, this guy's calling him out, saying they actually do have it over there now, and this guy's pretty credible. I mean, he works like I said, he works at Coinbase, which and apparently he's not just a schmuck over there. He's a head of product business operations. That's a pretty big role. So I will post the link to this article here. See if I can pause my. I mean, but with information like that, it's funny because when you get a real aggressive litigator, if he wanted to be super aggressive, because remember, when you have a discovery motion, like let's say a subpoena issued, that's a court order. Not complying with a subpoena is potentially contempt of court, which is a crime. Now it becomes criminal. Definitely civil, where you could be fined, and even criminal under Civil Code 1211. Okay, it becomes a criminal in nature if you're violating a court order. I mean, we live in a society of laws and order. All right. That's just the way it works. Okay. People in the Bitcoin space and the crypto space, they want to think that, not people who watch my video, but a lot of the code is the law. Well, that's a bunch of BS. We know that's not true. We live in a society of law and order, and so law and order mean that when there has to be some sort of rights, duties, and remedies. If there are no rights, duties, and remedies, then we're living in complete chaos, law of the jungle, and only the strong bully man who slits the most throats wins, and that's not where we're at. So because we're living in a society where there is rights, duties, and remedies, when you have a subpoena and it's issued over there at, let's say, Kraken, they got to respond. They got to produce what they're going to produce. Now, they might object. Their attorneys might object. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. Objection. But after motions to compel go in and the motions get filed and the court says, well, this is important. You got to produce it. It's relevant to the subject matter at hand, and they got to do it. Okay. Now, if they still don't want to do it, well, all right, fine. Contempt of court, judge, marshal, send out a bench warrant for Joe Schmo over there, and he's not complying with your orders, because he doesn't care about the law. Well, that's fine. He doesn't have to, but a bench warrant will issue, and they'll go arrest him. That's how law enforcement works. You don't comply with the law, you're breaking the law. So there are consequences, and you got to come in and do your time. So anyways, that's I mean, funny, like now that this is public information, take a little bit of a aggressive litigation team, and somebody could probably just hammer right in and be like, oh, I wonder what that says over there on the side of that Kraken wallet KYC, know your customer 2014 Satoshi address. Kind of it would be cool to see. There's so many other angles though that the story can unfold, and I talk a lot about the Bitcoin definitions that are coming about now, like the congressional and even the state of South Carolina. They were talking about defining Bitcoin in their state legislature. So, that's a key, very important thing that needs to be done, because right now these financial institution styles, the people that are in the White House cabinet about the crypto side, other than Bo Hines. Now, Bo Hines is I would say the most important person, the decision maker. Okay. In looking at things, I think he's the most important decision maker over in the cabinet about this stuff. He's been quiet. I've never seen him interviewed personally. Now, he probably did because he ran for Congress, but I've never seen him. I know some people that have met with him, and so it'd be interesting to hear more about it. And I did reach out to, it was Brian Doherty, as far as I know, he met with him. And I did reach out to Brian about scheduling a show, talking about what he knew, if he did meet with him, what happened, if he did, what happened, I don't know. So I did reach out to him. Hopefully we could schedule a show with Brian Doherty to hear if he did meet with Bo Hines. And if there's any rapport there or what's up, because I know that they're also pushing legislation on the stablecoin right now. But, it's like a perfect storm. And I did watch the show with Kurt Welker Jr. and Jack Pitts today on the CoinGeek Live channel. It was pretty good. I watched the recap. It was, inspiring to hear the State of the Union from our man Jack Pitts out there in PA, living on a farm. I didn't know he's living on a farm for the last 15 years, hunting his own chickens and rabbits and wells and shooting, having honey. And that's pretty cool. Living from the city to from the concrete jungle out there to the farm. Now he wants to go back to the city as an early adopter, like he is, an innovator. But I got a lot of respect for Jack. So respect him. Check out that show on CoinGeek. You can kind of hear the State of the Union about how things were going. So, but yeah, check this article out. I thought it was an interesting little research piece by the guys at Coinbase calling out Kraken. That Kraken actually knows the identity of Satoshi Nakamoto with a KYC. All right. So what do you think? Do they? Hit the ones, leave a comment. Let me know. My name is Gavin Mehl. I'll see you at the top.